For an event-specific investigation, the polygraph is used to investigate a specific incident, such as a crime or a specific act of sabotage or espionage. In this case, it's possible to ask relevant questions that are highly specific, such as, did you plant the bomb that landed at location X on June 12? Or was the murder committed with a knife? Relevant questions like these are highly specific to a known event about which a guilty person may have a strong motive to lie or to conceal information.
The polygraph is used with current employees who may have committed acts prohibited by employer or by law. But there is usually no specific known act that is focused on the examination. Relevant questions in security screening context might include: have you released classified information to any unauthorized person? Or have you had any unreported contacts with foreign government representatives? Some analysts believe that such questions, because they do not refer to specific past events, are more similar to comparison questions than are the relevant questions that can ask in an event-specific investigation.
Employment screening or pre-clearance screening of employees being considered for new job assignment. The polygraph is used to try to determine the potential for future acts. For example, when someone is given a polygraph examination as a part of an application to do intelligent work or for a new assignment that requires access to classified information, the employees concerned may be with the potential that the person may commit an act in the future that he or she is not present in position to commit. In this situation, relevant question can only be about a specific past act that are different in kind from the one's act of greatest concern. Deception can be inferred from the polygraph in the same way is done in screening current employees.
The application of polygraph examination is the primary purpose of polygraph tests in security screening is to identify individual who present serious threats to national security. To put this in the language of diagnostic testing, the goal is to reduce to a minimum the number of false negative cases, serious security risks who pass the diagnostic screen.
The validity of polygraph examination to detect deception has long been a controversial issue. Polygraph examination have been advocated as a way to ascertain guilt of criminal suspect, to inculpate innocent suspect, to protect national security, and to maintain employee honesty. Polygraph examination have at the same time been criticized for providing inaccurate and misleading information for failing to detect security risks, 167 for interfering with the rights of private citizens, 128 and for the lowering employees' morale.
The accuracy of polygraph examination is, according to Harvard and Red, experienced examiners made an average of 91.4% correction judgments, while the average of experienced examiner was 77.5%.
The science behind polygraph examination. The instrument typically used to conduct polygraph tests consists of a physiological recorder that assesses three indicators of autonomic arousal, heart rate, and blood pressure, respiration, and skin conductivity. Most examiners today use computerized recording systems. Rate and depth of respiration are measured by pneumographs wrapped around a subject's chest. Cardiovascular activity is assessed by a blood pressure with skin conductivity called the galvanic skin or electrodynamic response. It is measured through electrodes attached to a subject's fingertip.
The description in this chapter of factors affecting validity and potential countermeasures suggests that there is a great deal more to understand about polygraph tests before one can be assured of their validity. Despite our lack of full understanding, However, several factors that affect validity are known. In part, the history of polygraph development over the past 15 to 20 years has been to systematize and improve polygraph testing procedure based on these factors. A polygraph machine detects lies by looking for signs of these psychological changes. When you're taking a polygraph test, the machine first registers the baseline of your vital signs. Examiners then trick you into lying by asking you a series of controlled questions that are only distantly related to the issue they're investigating. In a 2022 study, 60% of people were found to lie at least once during a 10-minute conversation, with most people telling an average of 2 or 3 lies. The polygraph, invented in the early 1920s, detects psychological responses to lying, such as elevated heart rate and respiratory rates, as well as spikes in blood pressure.
Detective Harms showed me, and that first meant getting hooked up to the machine.
There's 2 pneumo tubes that we put on. One is for the upper chest, one is for the belly. Males are typically belly breathers, females are typically chest breathers. We measure them both to cover both areas. And we look for slowing of the breathing, stopping breathing. People typically, if they tell a lie, they either hold their breath or their breathing slows way down, so we look for that. The cardio, your blood pressure. In that, we look for spikes in your blood pressure, your heart rate, that type of thing. That's an indicator of somebody being deceptive. And the galvanic skin response, that measures the electrical conductivity in the skin when it's reacting to stimulus such as fear, that type of thing.